Hey everybody, welcome to Luxe Life. I'm your host, Candice Bar. We are at Luxe Media Studios in the fabulous Rodeo Drive in the Rodeo Collection. And look who I have with me today. We're so excited. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me today here.
We have Adriano in the house with us. And if you don't know who he is for whatever reason, because you live under a rock, can you let everyone know who you are and what you do?
Well, I'm actually a hairstylist, and it's been part of my family and my culture because I was born basically in the hair salon. My father was a hairstylist. My grandfather was too. So basically everyone in my family has been related to the beauty industry. And well, this is what we do. Actually, it's our lifestyle. It's not just a job. It's our passion. It's our way of living, you know.
Absolutely.
Something we enjoy.
Well, it's funny because you had sent me over, your resume for the interview for today. I was like, it's quite the resume. If you saw this, you'd be like, wow, I can't believe he did this much and he keeps going. You had or have a place in Venezuela.
We had a place in Venezuela. Actually, my father at the time was living in Venezuela. He was a remarkable celebrity hairstylist. And at the end, he had 9 locations in Venezuela, plus 3 in Miami.
Wow.
Then he decided to take it easy, and he sold many of the locations, and he only kept 2. Now, finally, he decided, okay, you know what? I have enough. I'm done enough. And I do this because I love it. So I want just to take care of my clients. And he actually kept one of the locations. Finally, I decided to take my own path. And I was working at L'Oreal at the time. And finally, I went to Europe, and I went to beauty school in France, in England. Then I came back to Venezuela, and I worked for him for like 4 years. Okay. And since I was living in Colombia on my days in L'Oreal, I opened the branch in Bogota in the year 94. I was in love with the country, and I found that there was a lot of opportunities because it's been like a closed country. And I saw that, I think that we
There's
can do something here.
Yeah.
And I decided to open my first own salon in 2005. And I kept going to Venezuela every month and a half because it was easy. It was an hour and a half flight. And I loved keep working with my father at my side. And we had so much fun at the time.
So you've been doing hair for quite some time. And I love how you brought up you went to school in Europe.
Only 30 years.
Yeah.
It's been like a blink of an eye.
You might have an idea what you're doing.
Jesus, but it is so fast.
Yes. Well, I love how you brought up you went to school in Europe because as far as I know, everything, the way they do hair over there, the way they do hair here or teach hair here is quite different. Very, very different.
It's like, even though I realized that actually English is not the same. I lived in London in the beginning of the 2000s. I went to the beauty school there. I wanted to get specialized in haircuts and creative colors. And I found that actually I couldn't understand a word in the first 2 weeks at school. Because they speak in a different way. Even the same word has 2 different meanings.
Yeah.
And I remember that I was struggling. At the end of the day, after school, I was completely like no energy, like low bat. I couldn't understand the word. I knew what they were talking about because of my previous knowledge.
Yeah.
But I couldn't take a single word. So it was actually in France where I started formally becoming a hairstylist. And they do actually a completely different work because here in the US, it's mostly 80% oriented about sanitation and procedures, which is fine.
Okay.
And only 20% about hairstyling.
Interesting.
Yes.
I never knew that. Okay.
Over there is exactly the opposite. So here you can't touch a client until you have the license, but you have no experience.
Right.
Over there, you have to go to the beauty school for 3.5 years. And in the meantime, you have to go also to work in salon. Not any salon have to be approved by the Ministry of Education and do 3,500 hours.
Wow.
During the same time while going to school.
Okay.
So basically, when you get your degree license, you have experience because you are being working with real clients that are paying. So it's a combination between going to school and apprenticeship.
So they really make sure that you know your craft.
Exactly, because it's more creative, it's more artistic. Yes, you have to combine the knowledge that you acquire in school, but at the same time, it's a hands-on and ongoing education in salon.
Right.
So at the end of your career, basically, when you leave the school, you are a true hairstylist. Of course, experience is something you have to keep acquiring during your years.
Right.
However, you know how to deal with a real client. You know what to do. You know what are their needs without having someone next to you,
Right.
directing, addressing everything you do.
Sometimes, do you think you're more of a therapist than a hairdresser?
Oh, yes, all the time. Tell me about it. Yeah, sometimes we are psychologists, some others we are psychiatrists.
They tell you things they would not tell their spouse sometimes.
No, actually, we are very private about that. You have to keep those conversations for yourself.
Yeah.
And you close that box till next time the clients come in. And then you have to reopen that box and keep the conversation going.
Yeah, there has to be a lot of trust there.
Yeah.
It has to be.
In my opinion, we make clients that eventually become our friends.
Yeah.
Because we don't judge our clients. No matter what they say, no matter what the tale is, we don't have the right to judge.
Right.
We have to listen. We have to sometimes they want to talk. And they come for the salon. Yes, of course, to get hair done. But most of the time, they want a friend that can listen without judging.
Yeah.
And that's very important.
Well, I think it's a great point to bring up. Bring up the trust and listening, and keeping that trust and that bond. Because a lot of people have businesses or they have companies, and they completely forget client retention and keeping the client.
Yeah.
And building that brand and building that trust. And like some people can be with you for years and years if you do it correctly. Exactly.
Well, my father, I remember that he had clients for 40 years.
Wow.
40 years is a lot of time, and it's not easy to keep excited a person for 40 years.
Yes.
And, they are paying for it. It's not like you have a partner or you have a daughter or a family that is next to you for 40 years. It's actually someone that is paying you to take care of her or him for 40 years. And also, you have to be good enough to make that bond linkage alive.
Yes. And you also, along with that, you have to keep up with the times of the changing hairstyles and technique and whatever else is going on.
Yeah, indeed. And also, every time they come to the salon, they ask you, okay, what's new? What's the new trend? Do you have any new products or new technology or new toys? We call them toys. And we have to have something new. Otherwise, they lose their excitement. Behind. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to stay behind. It's something that, okay, I have 30 years of experience. Now I know everything. I know it all. And it's, far from it.
You never will, because things are constantly changing, shifting, moving, growing.
Yeah. Even though my father had an experience of 60 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah, he kept working behind the chair till the very end. Because it was his passion. And even after he got retired when he was the age of 80 years old.
Wow.
He loved to go with me to the shows. He loved to join me when I was traveling to the congresses. Because for him was about passion. So he wanted to know what's new, the new toys. And he also, sometimes every now and then loved to try new things that he saw on the last show. Clients,
okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
So we have to, I respect that because it's not just for the business, it's for the passion. And actually clients can feel that you love what you do and you not do it for the money.
Totally.
Money is just a result of what you do for passion.
Absolutely. Well, that's a great thing to bring up too, because I was going to ask you, like, you've been doing hair for a very long time. How do you keep the passion?
In my opinion, for me, what inspires me is seeing people's faces after my work is done. Even just a trim sometimes is a massive transformation. And before the show, we were talking about a client that I had that went from dark and short hair to blonde and long with color changing and also hair extensions and all of that. And actually you see the face of the client afterwards. And that is so rewarding that there is no price for that, actually.
Right. So, like I said, so you're in the Rodeo collection, which is how we met. We actually met through another person that has a show with us, Raina. So she's, becoming the mayor of Inglewood, and that she connected us. And so how long have you been here for? And what have been the benefits of being on Rodeo Drive for you?
Honestly, I've been here for 4 years. Actually, I opened my salon July the 1st of 2018 on this very place. And the advantages, actually, in my opinion, are many because, we as hairstylists and also as normal human beings or citizens admire people that we see on TV, on movies, and having the opportunity of having that people closer, sometimes clients, and having the chance to be part of the entertainment history because we changed the looks of these people. Some of them I cannot mention, but honestly, one of my idols, actually, for many years, is nowadays one of my clients.
Okay.
And, it's part of our dream as hairstylists that being part of these people's lives.
Yes.
So I also had the chance to have, can I mention maybe these personalities?
Whatever you want.
Yeah. I remember having a princess in here.
Wow.
Yeah. And, it's that kind of people that just calls you for an appointment, like any random client. And actually, I saw on my phone, it was a Monday, I remember very well. It was a Monday, and she tried like 2 times. I was taking care of other 2 clients, so I returned the call. It was a European number.
Okay.
And she asked me for an appointment for a haircut and blow dry. Then talking to this lady, I figured that she wasn't like a random normal person. And of course, I cannot allow myself to ask, okay, who you are.
Right.
It's just a conversation that we had, and then I understood that she was some sort of personality. Yeah. And I found her on the internet. And it's like, oh my goodness. I had in my chair a real princess.
Amazing.
Like, yes.
And if honestly, like if we weren't in this location, that may or may not have happened. So
it's surprising, you never know who's going through the door. Every day is a new adventure. So it's so exciting to be here because of that. And you see other like big celebrities I've seen here, for example, Dwayne Johnson. Of course, he's not my client because he has no hair.
Not yet.
However,
Right.
Exactly. However, it's very nice to see these people closer, and they are very nice people. They're very welcoming and warm to the public they have around them. Pierce Brosnan, I remember, I gave him my card just in case.
You never know.
Exactly. Willem Dafoe. And I remember also one time Paris Hilton was in front of my place.
Okay.
And you have the opportunity, because it's not something that happens every day.
Right.
But you have the opportunity to see these people closer, and sometimes they say hello.
I was going to ask you, As you know, because you're quite the entrepreneur, actually. So being an entrepreneur is not always easy.
It's never.
In fact, a lot of the times it's not.
Never easy.
So how do you deal with challenges that may arise? Because it's daily stuff happening.
Honestly, every day is a new challenge. I prefer to think that way. And every situation is different.
Yeah.
Some are easy to deal with. Some others are more difficult. However, I prefer to think in the long run that sometimes it's better to give up in that situation because it's a consistent client that comes to your place. So you don't want to have or create these difficult situations with the client that maybe, today is not about the $200 or $300 or $500. It's on the long run that the client will keep coming.
Right.
So it's prefer sometimes like, it's fine. And you try to transform this hard time into something nicer and smooth. However, maybe these kind of locations attract more demanding clients that eventually can turn your easy day in something not so easy. However, you have to outsmart the situation,
Right.
because you need clients to make your business survive. No matter what kind of business you have, clients is what make you being
Right.
successful
1,000,000%.
and keep going through your everyday. So I usually try to avoid these difficult situations. I prefer to address the things in a nice way and funny way. So I like to make a joke to break, this circle and try to go through it easily.
There's so many different haircuts, styles, colors, and you do all of it. Probably more than I know that exists, actually. What is some, or if not one of your favorite things to do?
Transformations are, for me, the ones I enjoy the most. And the reason why people think that, because you like cutting hair. Of course I like cutting hair, because otherwise I wouldn't be doing this.
You won't be in business. Right?
Exactly. However, seeing the transformation with your own eyes of people's faces, because the hair can change you, even the features, the way you project to the world. And, hair is the frame of your face, no matter if it's short or long. But when you go from long to short, you will see your face features and shape changing in front of your eyes. So that is the most exciting thing to have, because it's the way we make the people's life different.
Yeah.
So I enjoy doing short haircuts, of course, because of that, not because I love just cutting hair. And also, people tend to think that I need a haircut, so that means that I'm going to do their hair shorter. It's not about that. Actually,
Right.
It's just a change in the shape. And every time, what I like to do is avoid repeating exactly the same haircut, because we perform a haircut every 2 months to 3 months average. But every time, after 3 months, you don't want to see exactly the same in front of the mirror.
Right.
So I have to offer something different, even just a tiny detail
Right.
that changes something,
Right.
because I don't want you to get bored.
Right.
So
It really does, different haircuts, different hair color, changing it, even like you're saying, just a little bit, it really does change someone's attitude and personality.
completely, actually, is, for example, for people that wear extensions, when they have, for example, like a thin hair that maybe is, is thinning even more, and in maybe a matter of, let's say, 8 hours, you change the color and you put extensions on, and they see like this big hair and massive and gorgeous, and of course, they have a completely different attitude to the world.
Well, I can tell you from experience that like you feel like a mermaid. It's like a lion's mane. It's completely different.
It rises your self-esteem to the sky.
Totally.
And you actually are no longer walking, you're floating because you feel sexy. It's feel
like a power.
lovely. Exactly. Yeah. You feel powerful.
Totally.
And you feel desired just because of the hair. And, you know, in my opinion, the hair is the ultimate accessory on your body. And you should think that way, because even if, you know, today you have a very beautiful high heels shoes, but if you don't like them, in half an hour you can change it.
Right.
Completely different. It's easy.
Yes.
And if they are maybe not so beautiful today, but your hair is, this is secondary.
Yeah, you're okay.
The opposite doesn't work.
Yes, you're right.
You can be dressed with all the most luxurious, you know, like garments from here, Rodeo Drive, but your hair looks like crap.
Yep.
It doesn't work.
Totally. You're completely correct. So, you know, you, like we're saying, you're in the Rodeo collection. You're actually right downstairs from us, which is awesome. So we get access to you all the time, which is fabulous. We're in the middle of 2022, which I can't even believe. And so what are some exciting things coming up for you that you'd like to see for yourself or the company before the year is over?
Well, actually, first of all, you know, we're changing the strategy in order to attract like new clients, but a different also profile of clients. So we are renewing our techniques. We are renewing also some of the brands of products we use at the salon. Okay. Trying to find something more exclusive that you won't find anywhere else, because that's the key, you know, that, you know, products that you can find anywhere, even online, is easy. So it's not my goal. My goal is to offer to my customers something different, exclusive. So
the best.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I'm changing the strategy right now. So it's starting to work. And actually, I was telling you before the interview that I'm fully booked for this week, and I was since last week, and also for next week I'm fully booked, which is amazing. And now we also have, you know, this is a very particular season. Usually people from Saudi Arabia or Qatar or Dubai come to town.
Yes, they're visiting.
Exactly. So those kind of clients come to the salon because all of them come for shopping on Rodeo Drive. And one of the plans is to get more directed to these kind of clients that are looking for something different, and they don't have an easy hair to deal with. And also, well, I have a couple of other projects that are going on. We are having our new product brand that will be launched to market in maybe 1 or 2 months.
Okay, great.
So it's a brand that I've been working for years, developing the products. All of them are 95% of organic, botanic, cruelty-free, vegan-friendly products for hair care, basically.
I'm glad you bring that up because, you know, as you've for sure seen throughout the years, you know, people are concerned about, you know, what they put in their body, vegan, whatever, organic, keto, you name it. It's a big concern now. How do you feel about that, especially in the hair care industry?
Well, you know, in my experience at L'Oreal, I was, you know, not only in the company, but also I was working, developing new products at the time. And I realized that many brands actually, because most of our competitors used to use terms that actually for the regular consumer is like the law. Okay, this is ammonia free. Yes, it is. It's true. They are not lying to you. But it's a marketing strategy, the fact that it's ammonia free, but that doesn't mean that it's more natural or it's less chemical or it's less harmful for your body or your health.
It simply just doesn't have ammonia in it.
They have no ammonia, but this has a substitute of ammonia.
Okay.
Because in order to trigger this chemical reaction and color your hair,
and get the result that you want.
Exactly. So you need something that can do the same job as ammonia does. So I don't want to get into details with this, but the fact that we as human beings now that we have to be more conscious about the planet, about our health, we decided to take that trend and go to something more natural, more, like environment friendly.
Yeah.
We decided to put many of fruit and seeds and organic components to our products in order to make them more healthy for your body, your health, and your hair, of course. And it doesn't mean that there are no chemicals in it.
Right.
It means that we have only 5% of chemicals within our formulation.
Which, opposed to 100%, that's great. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
Great. But, even breathing air,
Yeah.
there's so many chemicals in the air. I mean, it's unavoidable, really.
Yeah.
Especially, American lifestyle, American culture, like our water, our air, our food, like everything. You can't avoid it. It's impossible.
No, there is no way.
No, there's no way in hell.
So we're trying to stay away from these 100% chemical products. I can say that are 100% natural because then it's easier to smash an avocado and put on your hair. But that doesn't mean that it will work.
Right.
Some people think that, okay, I do my own hair treatments at home because I scramble some eggs and I put some avocado, olive oil, and I put on my hair. And that will do. And it's not 100% true because your hair is not ready to absorb those nutrients.
Right.
And it's not taking any advantage. Of course, you're putting some fats. Oils are fats, and eventually they will make a coating on your hair and it will feel smoother and shinier because oil is a lubricant.
Right.
Doesn't mean that it will
It's not getting inside the hair, it's just coating the hair, basically.
Exactly.
Okay.
So olive oil is good. It won't be harmful for your hair, but if you're expecting a massive transformation because if pure hot cold pressed olive oil,
right. It's
then
not going to
it
happen.
doesn't mean, no, it's not going to happen.
That's why they need you.
That's what we try to offer to clients. Our products have a lot of fruit extracts that are good for your hair, and actually the hair can absorb it because they are put in the way that the hair can absorb those nutrients.
So I know that you're a very busy person. You have a lot of clients. Again, you've built up a clientele for 30 plus years, but you still are taking on new clients. And you have people that you've trained that work with you that are fantastic.
Well, actually, for me, it has been always like that. I learned that education is the key for success in any kind of business, especially hairdressing. So I love teaching. Therefore, I train my staff all the time. So it's an ongoing education. I take 2 hours of every week just to sit with them and work new techniques, new trends, explain about new products or new technologies because I love doing that. And also, in my opinion, it's very important to stay updated. And that pushes me to be all the time updated to offer them something new every time.
Yeah, it makes sense because not only do you have to stay current, but you have to make sure the employees are staying current as well. So, and they're keeping the standard of the company and of the salon.
Indeed. Also for me, I love to take care of my clients, but sometimes I have only 2 hands.
Right. And you're only one person.
Exactly. So in order to make everyone happy and in the most efficient way. So I have an amazing staff that is being trained for years and actually they are very skilled. Sometimes, I don't have the time or I'm not in town to take care of a client, then I have 100% confidence in my staff. Yes.
Fabulous. Well, we could talk to you all day long, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of him. So remember this face because you're going to be seeing a lot more of him all over the place. But let everyone know where they can find you, how they can connect with you.
Actually, I have my social media. My Instagram is at Adeiano Hair Salon. Or, we have our website, www.adrianohairsalon.com. Our phone number is 424-285-9476. So you can call for an appointment. Or even, we have links for online appointments pretty much everywhere. Google, Square.
Or if you're in Beverly Hills, if you're on Rodeo Drive or come into the Rodeo collection, you can just pop on in and say hi.
Yes, of course. We are on the 421 North Rodeo Drive inside the Rodeo Collection Mall. Next to the valet parking, so it's going to be more private, more exclusive, and you will get your car just in front of the salon.
Beautiful. And you might be getting your hair done next to a celebrity. You never know.
Exactly.
So
you never know. Neither we do.
Well, thank you for taking the time and being with us.
Thank you for the invitation. Thank you for having me.
We're so excited to have you on. We're so excited to be doing a lot more things with you too. Thank you everyone for listening and watching. Be sure to follow him on Instagram, connect with him, check him out. And again, like I said, just be aware that you're going to see a lot more of him. So again, thank you again for being with us.
Thank you, Candice.
And we will see you all again next week. Bye, everybody.
Glutathione is a big word. It's the body's own master antioxidant. It's a scavenger for free radical, bacteria, and viruses. There are no products in the market with the ingredient NASET. NASET increases the production of glutathione that's in our body already to strengthen and enhance our immune system, elevate sense of well-being, support muscle strength and endurance, cognitive function, and liver support. It helps with increased energy and blood sugar regulation. Get your bottle of GSH Plus from www.salvationnutra.com.